is on rotations. So their learning goal is to rotate an image. Now, an image could be anything. It could actually be a picture. It could be a shape. It could be a point or a line, okay, around a given point, and identify what order of rotation the shape has. Now, success criteria is rotate images 90, 180 degrees, and so on. So it's not just those two around the point. And I want to add to that, it goes clockwise and anti-clockwise. So clockwise and anti-clockwise, all right? So both of them. Now, next one is identify what order of rotational symmetry a shape has by looking at how many times it looks like the original in one turn. So one turn is one whole 360. So one whole 360. Okay, one whole 360. So one whole 360. I can actually draw this a bit nicer. There we go, one whole 360. All right, let's move on. Okay, so this one says rotate the given image around point A. So point A is here. Around the given direction. So it's going to, and it says given the direction and angle. In this one, there's no direction. There's just an angle 180 degrees. So I'm actually going to move mine clockwise. And clockwise is this direction. It's the same way that the clock goes. All right, so 180 degrees, if here is 0, this is 90 degrees, so 1/4 turn is 90 degrees. And then if I go right back down to the bottom, that's 180 degrees. And then if I go across, that's 270 degrees. If I keep going clockwise, and if I come back, it's 360 degrees. But what happens here is that I'm looking at this shape over here, this one here. What happens is that it's not straight up and down, so we need to look at how it moves. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this stuff here. And I'm going to try something. I'm going to try move this around the point. So I'm going to try keep A there. Oh, I've got this second one as like a guide because that one's 90 degrees to the right. That's 90 degrees clockwise, okay? So let's go again. So let's try and move it around. Yeah, let's try and move it around. So we go resize. And I'm going to try and move it around the point. So I'm going to have to move it that way. I think it was a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, a little bit bigger than that. And there it is there. So now it's moved into that 90 degree space that this one was. I'm going to actually get rid of that 90 degrees if I can. Oh, that's as best as I can do. So in actual fact, 180 degrees will be this down here, okay? With the point here, 3, 5, and 4. And if you actually look at the original, so if you actually look at the original, I'm going to try to bring it back. We actually have those points, 3, 5, and -4. They've just changed. So I'm going to try to draw it here, 3, 5, and 4. And I'm going to draw a line. So this has been 180 degrees. We've transformed this graph to here, okay? We've transformed it to here, 180 degrees. All right, next one says move it anti-clockwise. Now, clockwise was this way. was this way to the right. Anti-clockwise is the opposite. It goes this way. So we're going to have to move it this direction. 90 degrees that way. See how you go. Have a look at these things. 0, 2, 2, and here we got 4 and 4. All right, pause the video and see how you go. All right, hopefully you've done it because I'm going to do it now. Now I'm going to draw it. Oh, I'm going to grab it and move it again because it was good to do. So I'm going to rotate it around the middle. I should have put point A in the middle there. I'll put it when I do that. So I'm down here, down here. I'm going to move it around. And it looks like there it belongs. Now, if I look at the numbers, they're the same numbers that I had started with in the past. So that's my reflection there. So if I go back, see how it's back there. So I'm going to draw it in. And that's this one. And remember, it's rotating around this point. We'll say A there. Okay, so that's 90 degrees anti-clockwise. All right, let's go to the next example. It goes, what rotational order is it? Now, this is sort of a weird topic a little bit. We sort of see here, see how I've done those 3 directions and they look equal. If I were to rotate this, like to the side, in one whole loop, one whole 360 degrees, 3 times it will look back in the same direction as this, okay? So if I move it to the side, I move this to the side, and I move this to the side, I get the same rotational order. So what's rotational order? 3 for this one. What do you think the square will be? If I rotate it, say if I rotate it, I'm going to trace this here. If I rotate this, so I'm going to grab it, try rotate it. I'm going to try keep the same. See there, it's not the same, but there it's become the same shape. So if I put lines here so it guides you, when am I getting the same shape again and again? So I'm going to do one whole loop, 360 degrees. So I'm going to go around. If I can do it, I'm going to go around and try to get back to, that's 1 turn. So that's a quarter turn. So that's 1. That is 2. That is 3, and we're not back to the beginning yet. That's 3, and now we're going to be back. And that's 4. So the rotation of this one is 4. I want you to try do these 2 and see how you go. All right, hopefully you've paused these ones and given it a crack. I'm going to draw over this one, and I'm going to put this as my marker so I know which one's the top, and I'll show you what rotation is. Hopefully you've got the answer already. I'm going to go resize and move it across. Look at this. Oh, didn't quite move it across. You can move it, keep moving down, and now I need to move it across. See how I'm upside down? But essentially my tracing over is not that good. Essentially I've got the same thing, and then I go around again. So the rotational order for this one is only 2, because there's only upside down and up front that I can do it. What about the circle? Well, the circle is actually infinite, because it doesn't matter where you slice it. If you turn it around, it's going to look exactly the same. So it's actually infinite, and this is what we use for infinity. All right, hopefully that makes sense. Peace out.